What's going on, guys? Very quick video intro that I needed to do. I've decided to cut the score out of this review, and you're probably wondering, what the hell is he talking about? Well, right here is a review embargo guideline sheet that comes with Nintendo's review copies, and I'm not going to show you everything on here because that's not important, but I'm going to tell you one important thing, which would be Smash Brothers for the Wii U embargo is today, when you're watching this, at noon. And at 9 a.m. PT time, so wherever you are, you're watching this, it's allowed to be out, my review. Online features will not be available until basically the 20th, which is tomorrow. Meaning I didn't get to play the online mode, so long story short, I didn't get to review a full game here. I did get the game early and the amiibo and everything you see in this. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be scoring this game. I think that the review speaks for itself, and unfortunately, I don't have time to come back to this afterwards. I have to move on to other games. So, it's unfortunate that these things have to happen, but you're probably wondering, why am I putting the review out if it's not really finished or whatnot? But let me just say something. I'm considered an independent reviewer, and to get my review up there, even though it's missing some stuff, is very important to me for the growth of the show. And it's also very important to a lot of people. I asked so many people online if I should still do the review without doing the online mode, and people said basically, whatever you can get out there, we'd like to hear it. So this is everything but the online mode, and a very special message at the end that you'll see for yourself. So thank you guys and enjoy the review. Let me know in the comments what you think. Hi, my name's J3KB, and today I'm reviewing Super Smash Bros. On the channel for the Wii U. I'd like to thank Nintendo for sending over a copy of the game and my Link amiibo. Oh, Link, what is that? A column of urine? Oh, you're so sexy. I honestly don't know how I have a show. You guys have blown my mind with the Assassin's Creed review, Evil Within, Alien Isolation, Shadow of Mordor, Lords of the Fallen, Lords of the Shadow, which is also all about my sex life. Wait, Lords of the Shadow is no, never mind that last one. Thank you so much for commenting below. It really, really means a lot that you guys share the videos and like them, and comment below all you want, and I will answer everybody. So if there's something I miss in the review, because there's so much going on in this stupid head of mine, then maybe I'll answer it in the comments. Probably I will. What's really strange is my urine from last night. As you guys know, I ask you on Twitter and Facebook to ask me questions, that's confusing, about the games I'm reviewing. So, throughout this review, I have questions from you guys, so you get your little shout-outs, and then you feel good about yourselves, and your little nipples get all hard. And I really do appreciate that. The question's not the nipples getting hard, unless you're a really attractive female woman who would like to show me them. It can be arranged. You have to be over age. I'm in so much shit for saying any of this. Super Smash Bros. Is not your typical fighting game. In a typical fighting game these days, you have such things as combos and you know, deal breakers and all sorts of shmookas and smackas. I'm making those up, but the point here is that Super Smash Bros. Is a simplistic fighting game designed by Nintendo, and it's sort of on the lines of a genre jumper, meaning that you've got your Mario Kart 8 over here, which has tons of characters in it, and it's considered one of the best racing games, karting games of all time. Depends which version you're talking about, but in terms of fighting, Nintendo was like, we need to make a fighting game with all characters. And this right here is like the pinnacle of fighting games that are kind of also party games, because this game introduces so many things. I keep looking at my notes, but let me get right into it. Instead of decreasing your opponent's health, in this game you actually start at a 0 count. So your characters are in sort of this battle royale, and you have to drive up the percentage of hits that your opponents are taking. And once you hit, you know, around the 200, 300 mark, you're very unstable, and when you get hit at that point, you get sent out of the arena or sent out of the map, and that is essentially how you win the game. You want to build up the opponent's percentage and knock the shit out of them out of the map by using all sorts of, you know, normal attacks, special attacks, and smashes. So, what does that mean for a fighting game when you have 8 people? This is the first time in a Smash game where you have 8 people fighting on screen at once. I'll just say this right away before I really dig into this, but holy shit, it's like watching Acid and you're watching Super Mario and like Pokemon and Pikachu shooting lightning up your ass, and shit is getting real on the screen, and unless you are super focused, you get your ass handed to you. It's all about actually trying to find your character, and I'm not going to call it a mess. I'm going to actually say that I really do enjoy this, and when you have 8 people on screen at the same time, yes, your characters are small, but holy shit does it bring you back to the past when you were like 10, 13, 14 playing your SNES, and you're playing with like a multi-tab, and there's friends sitting there. You're just having a great time, and this is just one of those games that I can't say enough of about the couch multiplayer. It's just, just give me more of it. Unlike other fighting games, there are 2 attack buttons in this. You have your normal attack button, which just, you know, for each character does simple attacks. Then you have your special attack button, and both of these can be used with directional pads, so there's not something, you know, like a combo system in place that really will drive you back and like, you know, you're learning the moves and whatnot. I would say it's a simplistic version of that, and it's not meant to be a combo system in the game. It's meant to be more of a strategic thing where you'll use Star Fox and he'll have a certain move that works really good against Link's certain move, or vice versa. And it's these things that you need to find out. It's not the combos you need to learn, it's how you use each of these characters against the other characters that will win you the battles, because some of these characters have just amazing recovery options within their character sets, and it's just like amazing to see how many fighters are in this game. There are, and I counted them, 37 characters right off the bat that you get away, and after that you unlock 12 characters through, you know, certain things that you do in the game, beating the game or challenges and whatnot. And then right now there's also one announced DLC character that will come along probably in the summertime. I don't even know the date, but it is Mewtwo from Pokemon. So in total here we have 50 characters on the roster. 50 characters. If anybody complains out there that they don't have a favorite character after playing with 50 of them, then this game is not for them. Now, something else that I need to point out, and it's very important because a lot of you might be using these and a lot of you probably might not be using these, are the items. There's over 50 items in this game. Over 50. There's even more. I couldn't count them all. But just things that are just going to bring you back in time to the old franchises you know and love, like things from Legend of Zelda, Super Mario, Pokemon. Pokeballs can be thrown down, and it's just like, oh my god, it's staggering on how much strategy you actually need to play this game. Even though it doesn't have the combos, there is a huge amount of strategy involved in this. It's not just a button masher. Yes, though, I will say it can be played as a button masher, but this version of the game, holy crap, it's just the best one that I've ever played. I love it. I'm so in love with it. And lastly, of course, there's a guard button in this game, so you bring up a shield and you can also grab your opponents, and you can also do a dodge. So if you're about to be grabbed, you can't block the grab, you'll always be grabbed, but it does what the fuck is wrong with me? The block does block items and punches and kicks, but you cannot block the grab, so it's very important that you keep your distance with certain characters. So, yeah, I'm done with that. Alyssa White from Facebook and Twitter asks me this: is it accessible? I fucked up. Is it an accessible starting point for somebody who's never played a Smash Brothers game before? And also, nobody else asked anything. To answer Alyssa, absolutely it's a great place to start. I think any of the Smash games are a great place to start. This is definitely one of those games that has so many goddamn modes in it because it's built the franchise up over, you know, all the way from N64 up till now. All these games have come out and they've learned what the users want, so it's the most refined version of Smash Brothers you can probably play. In terms of like how professional it will get with this game, that's something that the pros are going to have to decide. I know that Melee is kind of like they consider it the best one for tournaments and whatnot, and Or maybe I'm wrong on that? That's something you guys need to decide, because I'm not necessarily a super Smash Brothers huge tournament fan. I know that they happen all over the city I live in, but the question about, like, is this a tournament edition that will be used in the future? I don't know, but in terms of accessibility, absolutely. This is just a pick up and play game, and I'm going to get into the modes right now on why this is so accessible. As you guys know, I make notes for these videos, and I went crazy on this one, so hopefully you guys can sit back and not fall asleep. Here we go. Here's all the different modes and menu screens within the game and all the different ways you can play it. So first and foremost, you have Smash Mode, which is just straight up Smash Mode, which allows you to go in, customize a simple game with your friends, play the couch multiplayer, and see what happens. Turn items on or off, time limits, all that sort of thing. Bliff Bloff from YouTube? I like your name. He asks me, is Smash Tour fun, or is it kind of boring? Well, Smash Tour is a new mode that's introduced in Smash Bros. Wii U. It's essentially almost feels like it's been ripped from a Mario Party game, and that's a good thing. At first, I was a little comprehensive of playing it. I thought, why is this in a fighting game? I just want to get to it. But no, this is kind of an interesting little thing they've designed here. It's essentially a little Monopoly board of sorts, or like I said, a Mario Party board where you go around as your Mii character and collect abilities and characters, and all of those abilities and characters will equal up to an ultimate fight that happens at the end of the board game. So you can make it 15 turns, 10 turns, or 20 turns, and then you'll see your stats actually building up as you play the game. So if you suck at the board game because you keep rolling low numbers, it doesn't mean that you will be sucky at the final battle. It actually balances itself out, for God's sakes, in a very cool and very unique way in a fighting game. I love it. Indecision from YouTube asks, do you need your amiibo to play the game? No, you do not need your amiibo to play the game. What an amiibo is essentially a character that you level up by playing with, against, or bringing to a friend's house and putting them up against their amiibo. So how it works is you go into a menu system in the game, you drop your amiibo into, say, just smash, you just want to smash each other up, drop him in there, he shows up on screen, you could choose to put him on your team or against it. As you play him, he levels up, so he'll learn how you play, and then you take him off of there, and then you have the data stored in a little chip on this bad boy. You go over to your friend's house, drop him in over there, and watch your friend's amiibo versus your amiibo. It's a very cool thing. It's a very small part of the game, I would say. I wouldn't say that the amiibos is something that is like mind-blowing. Skylanders has been doing it for quite some time now, but to have Nintendo characters on little stands like this that are collectible, I have to admit, I kind of want them all. Zachary Wickwire asks from Twitter, how good is the music selection? Let me just say this right now. This is insane. The moment I turned it on, there was 332 tracks unlocked from all of the games. Oh my goodness. I sat there for hours listening to some of my favorite tunes from back in the day, and the most amazing part was lots of them are remixed, so they sound just crisp and clear on the Wii U. Oh my goodness. So if you were worried like there wasn't going to be enough, there's so much music in this game, and if you're a Nintendo fanboy out there, and I know there's a lot of you, this is like your wet dream come true. There's so much music on this, it is insane. Next up you have masterpieces. This is kind of a unique thing I've never seen in a video game before, and I kind of really like it. You're kind of wondering, like, where did this character come from? Where did this character come from? Well, Masterpieces actually has the original games that these characters are from on the disc. You get to play them, and if you like them enough, after about 3 minutes, I think it's limited to, you can buy it right there from the store. So like Kid Icarus, who is he? Oh, I don't know who he is. And you can check out his game, play the game, and see, okay, that's where he came from. And you can actually buy it right there. Next up, you've got solo play and group play. Now, this right here is pretty awesome because back in the day, you couldn't do co-op, so solo play against all of the characters. So what they've done now is let you co-op. So Alan, 3KB Legend, and I did this, where you basically go into a little chessboard, it looks like, and you move the characters onto where you want to go next. So there could be a group of fighters here, here, or here, and you could slide into them. As you go through this, you're playing co-op. So if your friend dies, now it's left up to you to defeat the bosses. Now, another cool thing about this is you can wager money at the beginning. So you could say, I want a 9 or a 10 difficulty. If you die, you lose a certain amount of the stuff that you've built up to that point in time. It's almost like a Dark Souls, Demon Souls thing where you keep playing and playing and playing, and the more if you continue to play the game and not die, you get way more loot. But if you start to suck, it slowly brings down the level of difficulty, but it also takes away some of the cool things that you've gained. Next up, you have your custom me characters, which I think is awesome. It's not super deep because they take all of the moves from all the characters that are already in the game. But in terms of designing a character after your me character and putting like funny hats on him and costumes that you'll unlock during play, it is amazing. It is awesome. And you also can assign different abilities to your character. So you can take, say, a smash move from, I don't know, Mario. Say you were in love with Mario, you want to steal his moves, you could put them on your Smash. Next up, you have something really cool on the Wii U, and that is the ability to create stages. I'm not going to say that like I know what the hell I'm doing just yet with this, but I can see some people making some really fun, unique stages. So in the stage editor, you have the ability to put, cannons or jump pads or item things that you want to show up on your map. You can also put lava down on the ground. You can also have the option to make the edges grabbable or non-grabbable. So in Smash Brothers, there'll be times where you're flying off the screen, you want to grab a ledge just at the last second. This person who designed it could be a little bit of an ass and not let you do that, and boom, you just lost your stock. Oh, you're dead. I need to give a major, huge shout out to the De Silva family, and more importantly to my friend Steve De Silva, who passed away in May, and he was the biggest Nintendo fan you could ever imagine, and this is hard for me to do, and I'm just putting it in here because I owe it to Steve that he didn't get to play this game, and he absolutely loved Nintendo. And this game right here is his would be his dream. I know that he's looking down right now, and I need to say to Steve that every time I play a Nintendo game or watch the film E.T. or Jurassic Park or anything that involves using my imagination, I think of you. And I miss you, man. So this is dedicated to you. I played it for you. I did this all for you, Steve, and I love you, man.